Hi there, this is Paul Thompson from Spitfire Audio. I'm very excited to be able to show you today EvoGrid 3. This is our motion strings library. We're certain this will revolutionise the way in which you write and realise your string compositions. It's orchestrated by Ben Foskett and it has a classy, cool, organic sound that will bring fresh Steve Reich, Terry Riley, John Adams and Arvo Pärt style sophistication to any number of applications in your compositions. You can see here a little description of the features of the library. We've got 37 unique evolutions, which are listed here, and you can find them in the patch names in the individuals as well. Orchestrated by Ben Foskett across the whole range of the string band, grouped into 3 categories. So you've got individual straight evolutions, you've got tense evolutions, and you've got scary evolutions. The sounds are tempo locked to your DAW host, and you have the EvoGrid function. We've got a slightly new concept in the mic signals, which is the close. You've got the sweet loops and then CV and stretched as before. So let's have a quick look here at the grid first of all. Now, the first patch that you can see here is the performance mod wheel patch. And this gives you a nice easy way to go between the close signal and the sweet loop signal. So each evolution starts off quite quiet and grows to a kind of fever pitch. The sweet loops cut in at the point where that is happening. So if I give you a very quick example, and we'll just pick up the first evolution here. So you can hear how that's starting to grow, but if we play the full mod wheel, so that takes us to the full extent, the full mix on the sweet loops, and it also pushes the dynamics up a bit, as you can see. Now we've got a bit of release on here, so if we could pull the release down, if you want to have it cut off. So if we maybe choose 150 milliseconds, 160, that should be quite subtle. Switch to external, then we'll be controlled by the click, the tempo of our host DAW. Now I'm going to change the quantize. These are 8s for this evolution, the first one up. So if I just push play on the sequencer and then we just start playing. So you can see what's going on there. Pull down the attack a little bit so we get a slightly tighter start. And as you can hear, it's very, very simple to get a really good, interesting kind of rhythm going. And it's very easily tempo synced. If we change the tempo counter and then just watch what happens as I change the tempo in the project. So you get a very, very easy and quick following of the tempo from the host. If you're playing this standalone, then obviously you just need to make sure that your play button is clicked. So let's check out a couple more evolutions. So the second one, measured 16s. Let's go back to our host tempo. So you can hear we're being restricted to our 8s at the moment. If I put that back onto 16s. So you can hear I picked up the 16th on the last 2 chords that I played. And again, we've got tons and tons of different. Let's just flick through them and have a quick listen to all of them, and then we'll look at starting to compare and contrast what happens when you randomize things. And if we look at the other mixes actually as well at the same time, so the slightly more distorted mix sounds like this. And if we listen to the two stretched versions, here's the first stretched version. Really cool sound that is, and then the more highly stretched version. Very, very cool and unusual texture. So let's jump back to our Evos. Let's go measured 16s normal to sol testo, and I'm going to flick back, take it out of external mode so that we're on local sync, playing as accurate as I can, but it's better to have this locked to the quantize. I've got it set to an eighth now. Check this out. And then if we jump on through straight, crocheted, accented, downbeat hairpin. Quite nice to get cross rhythms going, so if you listen carefully. So you can hear the cross rhythms going there. It's quite a nice effect to get that going. If we look at number 6, we've got up here, quaver accented downbeat hairpin. And again, I've got some cross rhythms going, but if you want to go full on, quite nice and easy to use. Number 7. That's quite a nice one. If we go for the 8th, we've got the quaver accented downbeat, muted normal sol pont. Number 9, minim accented downbeat hairpin. And then we've got number 10. So a nice kind of cross rhythm going on there between the lower and higher strings. We've got tons and tons of really good stuff in here. I'm not going to keep playing through every single one. I'm going to start doing some randomizers. So let's randomize within straights and let's just play a chord. I'll give it about halfway and let's see what happens. So you can hear I'm literally just picking stuff up at random. Let's try something slightly different. Let's play it with the click. It's actually slightly easier to hear with the click. I'm going to go back to external. Okay, you get the idea. Let's randomize again. We're still just only in the straight section at the moment. So you can hear what's going on there. Let's try another one. Some are going to be more successful than others. Again, with the click. So you get the idea. Really, really easy. Let's try one more. Here we go. Loads of fun, literally loads of fun. You can keep going forever. Right, so let's have a look at some different stuff. So semi-quaver, let's go for number 22, the semi-quaver tenths. So we find it on the grid here. It's the second of the tenths ones. I'm just going to pick them all and let's hear what it sounds like. Really nice for so some really cool stuff in there. If we check out the quaver detaché motion, sounds like this. So you can hear what's going on there as the Evo is progressing, different things are coming into play. If we go for 24, this one goes into harmonics. So that's your start point, and that's where we've got the harmonics coming in. So if I just play, I'll just play something holding down some notes and trying to find other notes around them. Let's get the click going. In fact, let's turn the click off and come out of external sync mode. Beautiful. As you can hear, it really comes into its own as you've got long evolving tracks where you're holding down certain notes and letting them just run through, and then layering up, you know, different notes starting at different times. You get different effects starting to creep through. I'll put a little bit of reverb back on. You could use the onboard reverb, or you can just cut that to 0 and use your own thing, but you get a really kind of nice atmospheric. So some lovely stuff there. Let's try randomizing with the tenths. And here we go. So some good stuff in there. Let's randomize again and have another listen. So you're getting some cool stuff in here. We've got to have a listen to some of this. Let's just check out this Quaver mandolin strummed hairpin. So this is number 28. So super easy as well to just look up and see which one you want to have a listen to. It's one of my favorites. So good, so useful. Just the one part. You've got your track worked out. You're looking for things that are kind of add a little bit of motion into it. And you can just control the dynamics of it. It sounds really, really natural. Again, all you have to do, it's whatever tempo you're working at. If you're working at 150, just incredibly useful stuff. So finally, let's get into the scary section. Let's go for the first one, which has a beautiful down D tune on it. So if we start actually from full mod wheel down, so we're entirely looking at the close, which starts at the very beginning of the sample. Now, as you can hear, that does go into the D tune. So if we want to go full to the sweet loops, jump straight into D tuned. But let's say that you want to hit the D tuned more quickly. You can come back out of it if you time it right. So let's have a listen to a couple more of these. We're obviously going at 150, so let's pull that back down to 120. So that's a really nice one as well. We've got a couple of different accented versions, accented downbeat on this one. You can see where those are going to be useful. Let's just, for fun, let's go for it with randomize within scary. Let's pull this right down and let's check out. So some really cool stuff in there, and again you can just jump in and this is actually quite a nice one. Let's just check out the last one on its own and have a listen to this from the beginning. So it's really nice. It's got a kind of increasing speed. So as you can hear, it kind of goes through, you know, you could break up into triplets and then breaks into half again. And with the increasing pitch changing as well, a really nice, cool texture. So you've got really the full kind of gamut here, from the straight section where you can really just use these as basic kind of additions to tracks. Or you can use them to build up really complex kind of polyrhythmic textures. And obviously it's going to be kind of material dependent. So as you play a chord, whatever cells you've got selected and how those are playing back in terms of the polyrhythms they've got within them, your overall rhythm will have a certain character. So it's great to just kind of experiment. You can either plan it out really carefully, work out which part you want to assign to which region of the keyboard, and then write it that way, or you can just kind of hit the randomize button when you find something that really works really well for the particular thing that you're doing. Then obviously you could just save the patch with those settings, you know, with a different name, and you've always got it to go back to for that project. We've had a lot of fun putting this library together. It's taken a little longer than the usual kind of Evo Grid concepts, a few little experiments and blind alleys to wander down before we came up with the kind of perfect solution for how this should work. And I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.